It's showtime.
Hello and welcome to the KN Cast. This is the only Kid Nation podcast. Each week, I have my best friend, Jake Scheidel. If you did indeed watch a certain reality show, I'm Tom Powell. Jake, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Great job. I did notice you asked me how the intro went before we started recording, as if you were typing up notes. Am I right about that?
I may have done it this week because I couldn't remember. I was going through it in my head, and I was like, what? There was one line that I couldn't quite remember.
And yet, every week, every time I misspeak, every time I put a random consonant in a letter or a word... Oh, what a dumb shit you are for misspeaking. Look, here's the thing. Words are hard, and I barely talk to anyone these days. This is the most speaking I do every week. And that's true. Ooh, isn't that sad to think about? Yeah. Anyway, I'm doing all right.
Speaking of sad to think about, we watched Kid Nation this week.
What's sad about Kid Nation?
Pretty much everything.
Oh, boy. Yes. Did you have a question for me?
No.
Okay.
Jake, did you watch Kid Nation?
Friday night and everyone's moving. I can feel the heat, but it's soothing heading down.
Yeah, I did. What if we just went into it and didn't do the intro song this week? That'd be funny.
We aren't the kids in America.
We are not the kids. We are the adults. We are the young adults in America. I've been playing a lot of The Sims 4 recently.
We're the tweens in America.
The young adult to adult aging up process. I feel like that's where I'm at right now. I mean, I know we talk about this every week, but like young adult into adult is a big move, and it's not really talked about in the Sims franchise.
It's a very big move, and you know who made that move? Max Keeble. He made it with his big move. Great flick. Do you remember that movie?
I am so glad you brought that movie up. I haven't heard anybody bring up that movie in years, and I'm always thinking about that movie.
Nickelodeon original movie in the grand tradition of such films as Big Fat Liar, Clock Stoppers, and Snow Day.
Do you remember a movie called Hotel for Dogs?
I do remember. I don't think that was a Nickelodeon movie, but I do remember Hotel for Dogs.
I can tell you for a fact it was a Nickelodeon movie because I did just watch it last night.
Why did you do that?
It was for a bit.
You were in the kid mindset from watching Kid Nation.
I was in the kid mindset of Kid Nation, yes. This week's episode of Kid Nation was called Bless Us and Keep Us Safe. Honestly, I think weakest episode title of the season.
Definitely
so far.
The weakest. I mean, you know what? It's fitting because I think this was the weakest episode that we've watched.
I'm glad you said that. I would 100% agree with you. This first episode...
This is the producers fucking around for no reason.
Oh my god. It's just like... They force the whole religion theme on us, and it's like, oh, no one in the town cares about this. But
I can't think of a show that I want to have a religious discussion less than Kid Nation.
Oh boy, they really threw a lot of spaghetti at that wall, didn't they, when they talked about religion? This was such a brutal
They're children,
episode
they don't know anything.
I know. You know how Survivor did a race season? They've never done a religion season, probably for good reason. Because the race one went over super poorly.
Yeah, even they know it's a terrible idea.
Yeah. This episode first aired and presumably only aired on October 10th, 2007. How old would you have been October 10th, 2007, Thomas?
Jake, I would have been 16 years old.
I would have been about 16 and a half. Did you have your driver's license yet? When did you...
At this point, I think... Man, I got mine kind of late, so I don't think I got mine until I was 17.
Same.
I think I had my permit at this point, though.
Yeah, same. I think I did very bad on my first driver's test. Did you pass on your first driver's test?
I did.
Great, good for you. Super proud of you, Thomas.
I did get put in the position where, you know the thing where you have to park, like, I think that's my weakest thing as a driver is, like, my, like, spatial awareness, like, parking.
Yeah.
I always think that I'm closer than I am to stuff, so I'm a little too cautious parking. But that was one where you have to do the parallel parking. I practiced that enough that I nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to do the thing where you pull up super close without going over that line.
Oh yeah.
And I think I got like one shot at it and didn't get where I needed to be, and was told like, you got to get it right this time or you will fail. And this is after I had done the road portion of it.
Oh
so
no!
I was like, all right, well, yeah, I did. I got it.
Good.
So.
That's good. I did really well on parking because my mom's weirdly good at parking for some reason, so she like concentrated on that as she was teaching me to drive. So I passed that part with flying colors, and then I did really well on the road test. And then as we were like taking that Michigan left that goes back to the high school, our minivan stalled out, and a car was coming over the hill that I would have been able to pass through without issue, but the car stalled out in the middle of the intersection, and I was like, oh fuck. So then I failed, and it's like, that's not my fault though, and I'm still bitter about it 13 years later.
That's not operator error. That's the vehicle.
So I had to retake the test, which felt
unfair
stupid because I was like, I know I'm a good driver. It's just a shitty car. Anyway, last week's episode.
Well, I mean, you were.
Yes.
To be fair, you were a teenager, so you weren't a good driver, but you were good enough to have a license.
Yeah, and I think I'm still a good enough driver to have a license, and I have lived in Chicago for going on 8 years now, and I have refused to take a driver's test here because I am afraid I will lose my license.
The Queen City, Chicago.
That's what they call it. Queen Lori Lightfoot. Just listened to a podcast about it this morning.
The city of 10,000 lakes.
That's what they call it. They're all called Michigan. Last week's episode of Kid Nation had about 7.5 million viewers. How many viewers do you think this one received? 4 episodes
I think this episode had 4 viewers.
Yeah, it's me and you twice. It had 7.01 million viewers. So that's a 500,000 viewership decrease. Not looking great for the Kid Nation. This is why you have to be 35. I bet it falls off
even more. I bet it falls off even more after this week. So I can't imagine watching that one and being like, yeah, I'm coming back.
Yeah. We start off in the town. Morgan and Sophia talk about their reason for being in Bonanza City and ask if it's because of God. Do you think it was because of God that they're in Bonanza City?
No. I mean, if you believe if you were a Christian, I think you would more question whether it was the devil that brought you there.
It is his greatest trick. Forcing 40 kids to live in the desert.
Greatest trick that Jonathan Karsh ever pulled is convincing people he wasn't real.
I mean, have you looked at this Wikipedia article? I think there's clout to that conspiracy. It's not the phrasing, but you know what I mean. Somebody named Galen doesn't want religion in Bonanza City. I'm on Galen's side, and I like that. Then the journal tells the council to hold a religious service, and we already talked about how this is annoying. And somebody named Devad...
It's a terrible idea, too. Yes, they're kids.
They're
what children. Are they going to do?
Somebody named Devad points out...
They're trying to do, some sort of, bullshit, unified service. And, understandably, a lot of people are like, it's a bad idea. People are going to fight. It's not smart.
Yeah. Devad says, would you put Democrats
and Republicans... Also, they don't believe in God there.
I need to get this quote out, Thomas. Would you put Democrats and Republicans in the same room together? That's what Devad said. Would you do that?
I know that these are children, so they just believe, probably what their parents do politically, but, technically, haven't they already done that part?
That's the whole thing. That's called Congress. You know? Alex recommends that they just focus on what all the religions have in common. I think that was smart of Alex to say that.
I think that Kid Nation can be a secular show and town. That's what I believe.
Yes. The town council tells them that they'll be holding a service at the church, even though literally everyone turned it down. And then Alex goes around and asks everyone what their religion is. That part felt weird.
Yeah, he's just taking a survey.
Yeah.
I think he was doing it just to do something, but I don't really see what the point of that was. Didn't somebody explain to him that there were 2 different kinds of Muslim?
Yeah, probably. The town council then rings the bell at the church for service, and no one shows up. It's great. I loved their what's the word? Rebellious nature. That's not what I'm trying to think of, but you know what I mean. It was good. They took ownership of their town. They wouldn't let Jonathan Carson, the producers, force religion on them. Because as Cody points out, people have fought wars over religion with guns. He says he doesn't want to be a part of that conflict. I like Cody. This is good for Cody, I think.
I don't know. Cody was being very anti-Semitic earlier in the episode.
Yeah, well,
about Hanukkah.
I did miss that part. Didn't know that.
It wasn't like he wasn't being like, I hate Jews. He was just being like, they only had... It was just someone who clearly
very dismissive.
Did not understand the purpose of Hanukkah.
Yeah. They only had... What didn't he say? Like, they only had oil for one day, but it lasted 8 days. Like, big whoop.
Honestly, like, I don't think... Hanukkah is more like a big holiday for, like, Jewish kids because, like...
Because of Christmas.
I think it's only been elevated in importance in contrast to Christmas, so it can be like, well, they're not going to feel left out when their friends get presents, basically. Like, it's not, like, the most important Jewish holiday.
Yeah.
By a long shot. If I'm wrong about this, please email us at didyoutwatch@gmail.com, and that's what it is, right?
Did you watch last night at gmail.com? I believe so.
And I don't know. Just email. That might not be our email, but email us there.
We have Twitter and Instagram now. You can follow us on those and DM us.
Maybe I'm no better than Cody. Who knows?
Yeah. Tell us, is Hanukkah, if we were the Dan Le Batard show, we could put this on our poll on Twitter. Is Hanukkah the most important religious holiday? Or Jewish holiday? Or religious holiday?
Hanukkah, hot or not?
Is Hanukkah hot or not? Do you feel comfortable making that the episode title? Is Hanukkah hot or not?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah. Morgan organizes just a cool, casual prayer circle around the fire, and everybody loves it. It was better. It was just, like, better. Morgan, once again...
Everyone was being cash. One of the kids was crying because... Well,
I mean, Jesus Christ compels them to cry.
Yeah, people that weren't Christians that were also there praying or whatever.
Mm-hmm. In a talking head...
This is all the most producer interfere bullshit. Like,
oh my God, yes.
They were just trying to make TV, and they were willing to do anything to get their conflict and to have, like, a nice sappy moment where they're like, religion can divide us, but often our differences can bring us together.
Sure, I guess. But, like, here's the thing I don't understand about this show. There's so much producer interference, obviously. But you have 40 tweens and teens in a desert. They're gonna find something to do. Like, I want to see that. I don't want to see them, like, debate religion they don't understand.
The best stuff on this show has been when they're just like kids doing kid stuff.
Yeah. Like, the last episode when they were like, Mallory's great at running the store, and then they showed her, like, opening a cash register. Show me Mallory running the store. Like, I'm interested in that.
Or when Cody risked certain death to run at that cow.
See, Cody's good. Cody's a Chad. I love Cody. In a talking head, DK says he hates being in the lower class, whereas Taylor says she loves being upper class. Ain't that just society, you know? That's what I wrote in my notes. Ain't that society?
The lower classes need to unite. They have nothing to lose but their chains. The thing with this is, like, they're putting needless conflict in there because ultimately the most important thing for these challenges is for everyone to complete them.
Yes.
So what they should do is all work together to complete them and then just divide out the money evenly because everyone would have enough money to buy whatever stupid bullshit they want then. Mm-hmm. We can't have that.
Mm-hmm. It seems like they should have realized that by now, but I guess
they could have a water slide right now if they were willing to work together.
If they had worked together, they could have a water slide right now with heated water.
Or multiple water pumps.
Man, why weren't we on Kid Nation? Again, we were too old.
I'm sure the producers would have loved it if we tried to. Honestly, I think that they would have been let's see what happens if we were trying to overthrow.
Well, that's what the
entire class hierarchy there.
I'm curious about. There are definitely smart kids on this show, and I'm sure that somebody at some point brought up that idea, and I wouldn't be surprised if the producers just kind of shot it down, like, no, this isn't the show we're trying to make.
Yeah, hey, it sounds like a great idea. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. What do you think this is? Survivor, Winners at War? There's a Survivor podcast. It's the only one, so we have to mention it a lot. Zach works hard in the kitchen despite being on the yellow team. That's great. Zach's good, right? Has Zach done anything we don't like yet?
Not really.
Okay.
He did. Him and who is it with that he formed the Jew crew with this week?
Oh God, I forgot about Jew crew. I don't remember. I don't think it was a major character. Jew crew was cool though. To be honest, I felt left out, and that's the best part of a club is making other people feel excluded.
Yeah, it did feel exclusive.
Yeah. Then before the showdown, Jared doesn't cheer with his team. He meditates. He makes a point of saying he meditates. Have you formed any thoughts on Jared and his 3 seconds every episode?
He's an eccentric. They throw him in there to have him be weird.
Sure. You're not annoyed with him?
I mean, if we got too much of him, I would be annoyed. But we only get him a couple times an episode, so it's fine.
You make a good point. Okay, then it's the showdown. And at this point, I was like, okay, these kids clearly are not taking the religion bait. So let's give it up. And then the fucking showdown is just a puzzle in the shape of a church that they have to raise to ring a bell. If it weren't for the church aspect of it, I think a solid challenge. It's a classic.
Yeah, I think as far as what they were doing, it was a perfectly solid challenge. I was beside myself.
Yeah.
With what came next, though.
Which was?
They had the choice between a full mini golf course that they would have that they could play at any time, or a collection of religious texts.
Yeah.
They're there for 30 days.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be doing that normally. Just play fucking mini golf.
Right.
It's there. It'll be there the whole time.
Right. Yeah.
This feels like the producers made them do it. They're like, we're not actually going to build this for you.
Oh, man. You're probably right. The blue team wins the upper class. The red team becomes the merchants. Yellow is the cooks again. And the green team becomes the laborers again. Again, they have a system. They have, roles that they know each group is good for. So why can't they just work together and do it in the 30 minutes or whatever? It's annoying. It's annoying. It makes me mad every time. Jonathan Karsh asks the council to take a walk and discuss the choice, but they refuse, which I think was a smart move by the town council.
Yeah, to let the town vote on it.
Yeah.
I agree.
You would obviously pick the mini golf course. I think that was the right choice.
It's a no-brainer. I thought for sure, I was like, thank God they're not going to do the thing where they're like, well, the adults really seem to want us to take the religious texts.
But you say thank God, and that would imply that you want some holy books in your library?
I guess that's true. But yeah, I was wrong. The kids voted for the religious text, which
it didn't seem like
no one would have asked for under any other circumstance.
Here's my issue. They didn't take an actual vote. They just raise your hands. Oh, it seems overwhelming. Not to my eyes. That looked pretty split. So, council's out. Kick them all out. We need a new council.
They could have had a full mini golf course. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. There's so much space in the desert for mini golf.
There was no practical value for the I'm sorry, you can go 30 days without reading the fucking Bible. You'll be fine.
Right. I haven't read the Bible in
even if you're really
days,
religious.
I'm doing fine.
Even if you're really religious, you don't read the Bible every fucking day.
Yeah. That's why prayer exists, from what I understand of religion.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you needed them that badly, you wouldn't have agreed to go on the show.
Right. Jesus wasn't an English teacher assigning reading. That wasn't his whole thing.
they turned down I cannot understand. Like, it's one thing, like, a water slide, like, I would still be fun to have, but I feel like it would get a little old after a while.
Yeah.
A full mini golf course.
A full mini golf course. That's 18 holes. There's only 30-some kids left, so you could have, I don't know, what's a party? Like, a 2-person party on every single hole whenever you wanted, and no one would interfere with each other, and you'd all be in a good mood, because mini golf is fucking great. I'm so mad at these
I would
kids.
love to play mini golf right now. I'm an adult.
Okay, DK apparently lived in Chicago. I'm going to try to find him, and I'm going to ask him why he didn't pick the mini golf. Why the town didn't pick the mini golf. I don't know which way he voted. Yeah, that was annoying. At the back in town, Anjay explains Hinduism. Cody gets a letter from his girlfriend, and the yellow team is, of course, not working. So Laurel and Morgan.
By the way, I
Taylor.
appreciated with the Democrats and Republicans thing. You remember earlier where it's like you wouldn't put them in a room, but it's like the example that was given was putting Christians and Hindus together, classic adversaries. Many historical problems between those two religions.
Yeah, I think. Okay, wait. 2007. I remember taking a world religions class in high school around this time, and
I also did that.
Yeah, it's a really good class. I would highly recommend any high schooler takes it at Rockford High School in the mid-2000s. I don't know what high school is like anymore. It seems stressful.
Who knows, yeah.
But that class was good. And I'm on board with Alex, who was like, let's just focus on what all religions have in common, which is just being a cool person to each other. That's the whole thing. It's annoying. This episode annoyed the fuck out of me. Anyway, Laurel and Morgan confront Taylor, which is good. Zach goes around the town and gets as many people to help do the dishes, which was also good. And then it also snows, which didn't really influence the episode at all.
In the desert, crazy.
Did you even know that could happen?
Yeah, it just allowed them to have a fun musical sting where they play like Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies or whatever.
That's fun. Producer interference, the snow? Do you think?
Yeah, they had one of those like fake snow machines that they have for like like ski and like tubing places.
Yeah. Where it's they had it running when it was like 100 degrees out. Or it could have just been a bunch of ash that they burned and then blew over.
It was a bunch of instant mashed potatoes.
Oh man, that's rude. Like, you can't cook, but here's a bunch of mashed potatoes you could cook with if you were smarter, children. The town council has their meeting. Zach, Morgan, and Greg are up for the Gold Star, and Mike continues to think that Greg is only working hard for the Gold Star. Again, Michael, why?
It doesn't matter. He's still doing it. Who cares?
We're 4 episodes in. He's still working hard and doing a lot for the town. And he hasn't gotten anything for it. Mike's stupid. We're 4 episodes in now. Who would you put on the town council? Can you name everybody on the town council right now?
It is Taylor, Mike, is it Anjay is the...
Mm-hmm.
And then, Laurel?
Yes. Is green.
Yes.
Would you replace any of them?
Taylor's got to go.
Who would you replace her with? From the yellow.
It's got to be somebody from
It's
yellow,
got to be somebody
right?
from yellow, yeah. I looked up who else on yellow, and I was like...
I guess Luke? Yeah.
I don't even remember Luke. I was going to say Zach because he had a good episode.
Maybe Zach is who I was thinking of.
Zach is the one who went around and got everybody from all the different districts to help him with dishes.
Yes.
And he has real leadership potential.
I don't know who else from that team I would pick.
Yeah, I can't remember who's... I think Mallory and Olivia are on yellow.
Cody's on that one, I think.
I don't think Cody's a leader.
I would not... No, he's not a
The
leader.
one time Cody was put in a leadership position, he almost got run over by a bull. So Cody definitely not going on the town council. Is Taylor the only person you would replace?
For multiple reasons, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Jake, what did you think about, by the way, the whole thing they had about how Cody he's like 9 and he has a girlfriend and he got a letter from his girlfriend?
Yeah. It was very sweet.
It was sweet, but when I saw that, I was like, "You're 9. You don't have a girlfriend."
I did like when he was like, "I've liked her since the 3rd grade." And I was like, "What grade
like
are you
year
in
ago.
now, bro? Aren't you in like 4th grade?" It's sweet though. I did not expect that, so that was fun.
Yeah, no, it was nice, but it's funny. It's funny to see the very childlike perceptions of that stuff.
Yeah, it's great. And you hate shipping children, even though they have crushes since the 3rd grade.
I am not shipping Cody with his girlfriend.
Well, guess what?
Right
it's
now.
not up to you. It's up to Cody, and he made his decision, and I respect him for it. Would you keep Laurel on the town council? Or would you replace her with somebody else from the Green district?
I'd probably replace her. I think she's been fine, but there are like multiple people on Green that I think would do a better job than her.
The thing about the Green district is they're, I feel like, the strongest, like, closest knit district. They're like definitely the strongest group of people, but
they're just bad at challenges.
So bad at challenges, yeah. I would replace Laura with Sophia.
I agree.
What about Mike? Oh, Mike. I would replace Mike so quickly.
Yeah, get Mike out of there.
Obviously, we're going to replace him with DK.
Mike needs to be, Mike needs to be taken down a peg.
Yeah. How did he get on the town council?
You could put DK in there.
Who else from Red is there?
I wouldn't put Greg on the council.
Is Greg on Red?
He is on Red.
Boy, I thought he was on Blue. What about Anjay? The blue.
Anjay's
blue leader.
fine. He can stay.
If I were to replace him with anybody, it would be Alex. I think Alex makes a lot of good points. I don't know if he's got the leadership qualities of Anjay, though. Anjay, people seem to like Anjay.
Anjay's pulling his weight.
Yeah. Some quick wildlife shots.
Alive.
There were some cows and bulls. It's apparently the only wildlife in wherever they shot this, New Mexico. I think, like, fine, whatever. Like, we just talked about cows yesterday. Or last week, whatever. I talk about cows every day, okay? Anyway, do you know the difference between a cow and a bull?
A bull is... Well, okay, because there are male cows, correct? That aren't bulls?
Yes. I believe that's...
Is it a horn? Is it a horn thing?
No, I think it's just a male cow is called a bull. I think that's the only, like, actual distinction. But I don't know. That Wikipedia article is so long, and most of it is about, like, the farming industry. And I was like, that is not why I came to this page.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. Oh, they make milk? Okay, so does everybody.
I'm already falling asleep thinking about it.
Robert De Niro makes milk, you know? At the town meeting, everybody yells at Taylor again, which is a fun routine of every episode. Zach and Taylor get in a fight. Cody decides to leave because he misses his girlfriend, and he does say, "I'm never going to see any of you again."
Yeah, ever again.
Why did you think that, Cody? People have phones.
That's a very, like, 9-year-old thing to say.
Yeah. Morgan wins the gold star. Well deserved. Good for Morgan. Any final thoughts on this super religious episode of Kid Nation?
It sucked.
Yeah.
Through no fault of the kids. This is on the producers.
100% agree with you. One thing that's bothered me about Kid Nation is the lack of wildlife shots, because I spent a lot of time this summer researching the wildlife of this part of the world for my Survivor Wild West fanfiction.
It's like they're not even trying.
It's like, dude, there's so many lizards and birds and cacti in the desert, and you're going to show me an 800th bull? Okay, no bulls running over Cody. Why are we seeing so many bulls? Anyway, you can read my Survivor fanfic at survivorwildwest.tumblr.com, and it's good. Thomas, what's your Twitter?
You can follow me at TomNotTom.
You could follow me at Jake Scheidel if you want, or the show is at DYWSLN. You could DM us there and tell us how much we fucked up Hanukkah, even worse than Cody did.
Yeah, tell us how much we fucked up. Tell us who you think would do a better job hosting the show, Jonathan Karsh or...
I'm surprised it's taken this long for you to use his name, because they say dirty job so much in this show.
Yeah.
And every time they say it, I'm like, God damn it, Thomas is going to say it this week.
Like, you think Jonathan Karsh is going to be like, and speaking of which, we've got a very special guest.
I would not put it past them, to be honest. That seems like a very 2007 thing to do.
He would be a hilarious guest, because I cannot imagine a kid being like, wow, if it was Dad Nation, then they might get excited.
Yes. God, I was going to say something. Oh.
Dad Nation, all the disputes are about, like, lights getting left on overnight and people leaving the door open and trying to heat the out of doors. Mm-hmm.
Like turning the heat on too early in the year, the air conditioning on too early in the year. It's like, Dad, it's hot out. Like, what do you want me to do? Dad Nation, good show. Definitely going to watch that. Here's a new conspiracy theory I came up with like 2 minutes ago, Thomas. Here's what I want to get your thoughts on it. Cody was embarrassed by his comments on Hanukkah, so he made up the letter from his girlfriend, and so he would have a reason to go home because he couldn't face the facts that he's a bigot. What do you think?
And he's a horrible anti-Semite. Yeah, that sounds about right. But we know the truth.
You can review us on Apple Podcasts. Thomas, you want to give those people the review again? All these new Kid Nation listeners.
This is my favorite I was going to say Kid Nation podcast, but...
Well, of course, it's the only one. So it has to be your favorite.
Just say this. Okay, let's start over. This is my favorite podcast. I like it better than all of the other podcasts. I give it a big thumbs up.
Fantastic. We're also on Instagram now. You can Instagram us at The Only Survivor Podcast. Again, send us your hot takes on our hot takes. That's what the internet's all about. Next week, we're talking about... Oh, wait, next week, I'm going to be camping. Do you want to take next week off, Thomas?
Yes, we are going to take next week off.
Okay, so in 2 weeks, we are watching episode 5 of Kid Nation, which is called Viva la Revolucion, which is what I think I'm very excited about this one. It's been a long time coming.
I'm excited for this episode.
That episode title definitely has me engaged. So I'm excited. God damn it. Now I'm engaged with Kid Nation.
What is that episode? An old Nokia game system? Because I'm engaged.
Great. Have a great quarantine.
The joke is that there was a thing called the Nokia N-Gage. Look it up.
Yeah, no, I got the joke.
It was an ill-advised phone slash
maybe next
Game
week.
Boy.
Maybe next week they'll get the older kids will win a reward for a Motorola Razr.
They all get they all get LG chocolates.
Your reward is either 40 LG chocolates or 40 pieces of chocolate.
Yeah. They get the like sidekicks. You remember those?
Of course. How could I ever forget about sidekicks? Robin?
Is it a Samsung phone?
Yeah, that sounds right. Maybe Nokia.
Anyway, dude.
Last day of the rest of my life, I wish I would've known, cause I didn't kiss my mama goodbye. I didn't tell her that I loved her, how much I cared. I thank my pops for all the talks and all the wisdom he shared. Unaware, I just did what I always do. Every day the same routine before I skate off to school. But who knew that this day wasn't like the rest? Instead of taking the test, I took 2 to the chest. Call me blind, but I didn't see it coming. Everybody was running, but I couldn't hear nothing except gun blast. It happened so fast, I didn't really know this kid, though I survived him in class. Maybe this kid was reaching out for love, or maybe for a moment he forgot who he was, or maybe this kid just wanted to be hugged. Whatever it was, I know it's because we are the youth
Kid.
nation. We are youth
Kid.
nation. We are the youth
Kid.
nation. We are youth
Kid.
Little Susie, she was only 12. She was given the world with every chance to excel. Hang with the boys and hear the stories they tell. She might act kinda proud but no respect for herself. She finds love in all the wrong places. The same situations, just different faces. Changed up her pace since her daddy left her. Too bad he never told her she deserved much better. Johnny boy always played the fool. He broke all the rules so you would think he was cool. He was never really one of
Kid. Kid. Kid.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the rhythm of the pod.
Kid.
Yeah, and it's very important that everyone can hear it too.
I mean, that's secondary to podcasts.
Oh yeah, it's not about the audience. It's never about the audience.
This is for us.
It's for us.
We wouldn't still be making it if it wasn't for us. This is for us on NBC.
This is for us, by us. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. The crookie is what I said, and if I call it out before you do, you can't roast me for it. So, good luck.
That's never stopped me.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna get going.
Go for it. I'm waiting on you.
Kid. 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 Kid.
Hooray! We did it!